check out this beast. It was donated to me because it's broken, and I thought it would be good to take it and open it up, as was suggested. It's a Makita Reciprocating saw. So a good brand. Here's the rating plate. What have we got here? It's the JR3050T. Just over 1,000 watts. Looks like 0 to 2800 revs per minute. Made in China, but it's from Makita. Looks like Belgium. So it's a work tool. It's had a lot of use, and it's got jammed apparently. So something's happened, possibly to the gearing, maybe gearbox. So this is no longer working. So it went into the skip, and the guy said, "Do you fancy opening it up?" So I thought, yeah, go for it. It's got good ratings for reviews. It's good quality brand Makita, so it's had a lot of good use, and it gets very good feedback on various sites. It's got apparently it's got a blower to clear away any of the dust that it creates. So that'll be interesting to see. I think there's a piece missing from the front here. There's a part that kind of goes over here, a guard, so that you can adjust things. Might have a go at that in a second, but what we're going to do is we're going to tear this down, see what's inside, see how all the gears work, see how it converts motor energy to backwards and forwards energy, and then see if we can work out what's killed it, I guess. But yeah, it's a beast. It's quite heavy. Probably weighs a good 5 kilos. Got this big rubber handle area here, and you can see there's some ventage going on here, some air fan vents. Does it give me a date? I think the reviews go up to about 2019. I'm not sure if you can still buy it brand new. Here's the date, look, I can't read that. You might be able to see it better. It's either 2010 or 2016. Don't know. Something there. But yeah, it's been used as intended. Doesn't have the 110 volt. Looks like this went straight into possibly a normal plug. Not too sure, but the cables, as you can see, they're thick. They're well gauged. So good quality cabling. This flex has a bit of a rubber feel to it. So good quality. You can see how plenty of thickness in there. Nice bit of girth on those. Interestingly, it's just a straight trigger, but I guess you can lock it. Yeah, there we go. So if you want to, you can lock it on. So rather than having to press a button to unlock it to start it, you can actually get it going and then press the button and it stays in full power mode, and then when you want to finish, you can release it there. It looks to be some sort of openable area here, so we'll open that up and have a look. Peel all this back. This probably just reveals a lot of metal, but let's get into it and see what we can have a look at. Typical Makita's always got nice access points, so you can see we've got these. It looks like Phillips, or you can use a crosshead. You can use either or. We need a flathead for this, whatever that is. I don't know what could be in there. Let's open it up. These are to remove the brushes for the motor, so you can see they've got these as an easy access component, so that's clever. They're obviously expecting you to get through brushes pretty quickly. And over here, this is for the shoe adjustment, which we don't have. There's normally a shoe that comes out here, so that seems to have been misplaced or used again for the next one. To remove the blade, there's a chuck system in here. Oh, I see. So there's a small lever in there. I think you can turn that, and then it should release it. Let's have a look and see what I can do. Yeah, so this was the shoe release. So if you unlock it, you can bring your shoe in or out. And that's locked it back up again. Ah, there we go. That came out pretty easily. So yeah, not much to it actually. I was expecting to be quite a lot of extra piece in there, but what you have to do is there's a small little lever there. You hook that in the anti-clockwise position. Show you that. I'm going to show you without blocking it up. There we go. Move it in the anti-clockwise position, and that allows you to place the blade in. And you'd have to be careful to make sure that's fully seated, otherwise your blade's going to get ejected. But yeah, give it a tug, and if it stays in, you're good. But that's how you remove that. So there's the blade. It's probably seen quite a bit of wood. Monster. Right, let's get the brushes out and have a look at those, see what sort of state they're in. Okay, let's get these out. Oh, tight. Let's see what's inside, shall we?
Can I hold it?
There's a little spring. Should come out as one piece, I guess, does it? There we go, there's the brushes. Now I don't know how long they're supposed to be normally. And just inside there you can see the motor itself. And these would press either side. Shall we show again? There we go. So that just probably just presses down properly. This obviously connects to the electric supply.
This is the brush, and I like brushes.
Yeah, well they're brushes, they're carbon. Can you see? Look.
It's the carbon.
But who knows how much? I mean, that looks at least halfway worn, possibly more. And not sure how much will be left on that one. Let's check the other one, shall we?
Hold that one.
You can hold that one. Let's get this one out. Similar story on here, I suspect. Yeah, look, about the same sort of size. Right, so that's that bit done. They're the easy maintenance bits. I'm going to start unscrewing this now. Now, what underneath there, underneath this rubber cover, is it going to be a mess? Maybe. It's got lots of ventage.
What is done a bit?
I don't know. Oh, yeah, look at all that inside there. Let's start taking the screws apart, and we'll go from there. So. No, you don't. You've got plenty of soap there. Is it going to come apart? Is it going to come apart nicely? Yeah. Right, so this is our handle switch module. Bit of dust. So I guess the first thing we can do is test this to see if this is dead or not. There's our mains coming in. Comes into this switch. And then looks like we've got possibly some sort of thermal cutout maybe in here. There's a couple of wires going in there. Got the mains in, you get these black ones that feed out to the motor. And there's our motor. So I think once that half is out, I think it all should come apart. This is going to be intriguing now. That doesn't seem to have any screws around it, but maybe there's something else in there. So let's give this a test. You can see a bit of bare wire there, so I can at least test if that's giving me anything. But it could indeed be the module under here that's died. This might be some sort of special cutout. But apart from that, nothing looks like it's come out. I mean, you imagine how many cycles that gets. On, off, on, off, on, off, and a variable adjustment in between. It's very likely that's probably died, but we'll see. Let's carry on with our investigation. Alright, so I'll just pop that out. It just kind of comes out like so, and in here there's this weird little foam thing. And in this side, the foam. So we need to test this thing. This looks like to be some sort of, what is this, capacitor type thing? 22 microfarad. I'll have to look it up. We've got part numbers on it. A TNS 2TH X2. The switch looks okay, and there's our locking mechanism. That's a mechanical. How does it release? Yeah, let's see, this just got a little pin in there, spring loaded. That's quite cool, isn't it? But dusty. Right, that was probably in foam just to stop it rattling, because you don't want that rattling around, flapping in the breeze. But let's look at what this is and we'll see if we can test it. I mean, that's, unfortunately it's potted, so I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do much unless I can get in somewhere. Might be able to remove some of these. We can certainly test the switch, I reckon, by checking out what's going on here. This switch appears to work. I've used my multimeter on it and I am getting some readings. So that doesn't appear to have broken. So I think we need to go further in to the main mechanism. So let's keep going, see what's inside, because it's really a tear down. If I can fix it, that's great. But I think the guys know once it dies, that's why it goes in the skip, because it's probably worn itself out. But let's keep going in and get deeper into the gearbox. If we look in there, you can see the business section. It's quite a beast in there. There's the brushes that we opened up earlier. They pop in there. You can just about see the motor inside. So let's see if we can get in a bit deeper. There's no screws that seem to be obvious, so I need to keep peeling this back. I think there's probably screws under here. Right, okay, I've looked at the basic switch repair. Doesn't appear to be the switch, so I think it's deeper, deep undercover. So we're going to have to go in, get this rubber sleeve off, and let's see what we can find. So, got the gloves on. Oh, this is now serious business because we've got bigger bolts. And when you get into this bit, you realise you're in a world of pain. God, this is a chunk, an absolute chunk of, I presume it's like a steel. Right, there we go. We can get into the business end now. Look, see the gearbox and such. Okie dokie. God, this is well on. But anyway, we've got some screws here, so let's whack them off. What do we need? Flathead again, or can I use my posse? Get in. Oh, these are monsters. That should separate. Oh, yes. Beauty. Check out that. Oh, lovely. Oh, look inside. Right, lots to see. There's all our windings. There's our brushes inside. So the brushes touch this piece here, provide the electric current. That looks alright. I mean, it's dusty, but can you see in there? I'll brighten up. There's our brushes just right inside, top and bottom. So that's cool. So that looks alright, unless, you know, unless the cable has been compromised somewhere, but we've got screws here should you want to buy new windings and magnets. Anyway, that's that bit. And look at this beauty. That is substantial. Oh, so it spins. Seems to get caught though. So we've got a bearing at the back. That seems to be absolutely fine. Bearing is no problem. You can see what's happening. It's getting jammed. I don't know if that's normal, part of the gearbox, but it spins a few times and then gets caught up. So something's in there. There's a big gash here. I don't know if that's normal. You can just see there. It's taken a chunk out. Not quite sure how that would have happened. Something got in there. Yeah, possibly. Don't know. Yeah, there's a big indent there. But that's something's stopping that moving. You can force through it. Might be just the way the gears are, but it's kind of freed it a little bit. Check out all those windings. Yeah, it might be the gearbox. To go deeper, we need to get these off. This will be the gearbox now. So it looks like just all the top here. Screws, probably 4. Well, there's our fan shroud. And there's the fan. So when that's spinning at a rate of knots, that's chucking some air out, keeping everything cool. It's a bit freer now. I wonder whether this just got... Yeah, what if it just got caught up somehow? Okay, well, let's continue. There we go. The rubber doesn't really do much apart from just providing an easy grip. And that's that. Well, there's our rubber case. That's all it is like a sleeve. Nice to hold, easy grip. So this will be our gearbox system. And there's the business end. So this is the bit that goes back and forward really quickly. So there must be something in here that converts spinning motion to back and forwards motion. And that's the interesting bit about these being reciprocating. So let's get in here and we'll see what we can find. I might quickly just whap it together. Oh, there we go. Look, you can actually see this now. So if I'm spinning that, can you see? You need a lot of revolutions. Back in, back out. Back in, back out. And of course, you imagine how quick that is spinning. You know, that's doing thousands of RPMs. And that thing will be coming in and out. Okay, I just whacked it back together again. And it does spin, but something's happened. So there's our mechanism. There's our motor. Obviously it's a little bit precarious, so take precautions. But if we listen to this, so it is moving. Gear. So it is moving, but something's jammed. Yeah, so I think the cogs have stripped. That has definitely had a problem somewhere, and obviously the end isn't moving at all. So yeah, that's hideous, that noise. So I think gearbox has died on this one, but at least we know it can't be repaired easily unless I get to the gearbox and find, you know, there's something we can do. But that's sounding terminal. So let's get it fully open up again and see what's happened. Oh, that noise was horrendous. Right, I'm preempting this is going to be greasy. So I have gloves and paper down. Let's whap this off. Something must have stripped inside here. Oh, that's still warm. I've only just... Wow. Cool. Didn't expect that to be that warm. It's been off for about 5 minutes. Hence the reason for the fan, I guess. Okay, let's get these out. These have got washers, and these are more bolty look. It's going to be a load of grease inside. So we've got short ones and long ones. Short at the back. Oh, yes. Aha. Ooh. Right, I can see how this works. Right, so this motor spins at a rate of knots. And then that converter, you can actually see the problem, can't you? Those with an eagle eye will have seen what's happened. That spins. That's going around pretty quick. And then this will be converted from this energy to up and down energy. But look, we have a piece of metal. That's come off somewhere, hasn't it? That's snapped. I thought it'd be greasy. So where's that come from? Possibly around here. That might have been a collar, I guess. Maybe. So as that goes around, look, check that out. You can see the sort of speeds that you're going to be having for this. That's spinning round, and then that's converting that energy. That's turning motion to up and down piston motion. Even that's snapped off. Now that's interesting because here we go. There's the piece that came from there. Oh, that's terminal. So that would have been on there. Look. Yeah, that would have been in there. Kind of could do with a bit more grease in there maybe, but that goes up and down, and that's your in and out motion for the saw blade. This goes up and down at ridiculous speed, and then that's driven by this. So kind of cool. This almost appears to have a weight to it. Grease in there. So yeah, not fixable. That's a shame. I was hoping that would be repairable so I could use it myself, but yeah. So there's a collar. I don't know where that's come from. That might have been around there somewhere. Not sure where else the collar's gone. I'm presuming that would have been around there. And then yeah, that's chipped off. So that's had a bit of a bad day. But let's be honest, this has probably had a ridiculous amount of rotations. This has been used day in, day out on a site. We've got a nice little seal around here, look, to keep all the grease in. Little gasket. But yeah, that's obviously the weak point. The edges cracked. And then I guess what happened is this has come out of the housing. You know, in theory, we might be able just to put that back in so that it's actually inside this channel, but it's only going to be a matter of time before that pops out again. So I think what happened is it was stuck probably somewhere here. So when that span, that was knocking against here. So in theory, you could probably put it back inside here and it might work for a bit, but it's never going to be reliable. So there we go. That's what happened to that. Makita. I guess it's had a lot of use, but yeah. Well, I can feel the air from the fan. It's got a balancing kind of cam here to help weight it down. And of course, going in and out is the saw motion. It's kind of jammed now, actually. Yeah, it's not had a good day, that, is it? In fact, you can actually see there's a massive ding there. It's probably when something got caught in there. It's taken a massive chunk out of there. Yeah, that did not have a good day. That's jammed now. So something's happened to that. Looking like it is, you could probably buy new bits for this, because you know you can unscrew all this, you could buy new bits, but like most stuff nowadays, it's cheaper to buy it again and have a warranty rather than take off this, buy a new piece, because you have to remove all these, take that out, buy a new piece of this. Yeah, there we go. Ah, there we go. It's freed up. You can see that all that does is just go up and down really quickly. Fires this blade in and out. Yeah. I was expecting this to be absolutely packed in grease. I guess it's enough, but that obviously snapped, dug into there. Part of this collar's missing because that looks a bit strange. You know, that's half a collar. Where's the other half gone? Has it buried itself somewhere into the grease, or who knows? Disappeared. Can't see it, but it's one of those things after a lot of use. Oh, there it is. I can see it. It's down there, look. So the collar's snapped. So I don't know what happened first. Either that snapped, because that would have gone around there, look. That's like a bearing. I'm going to dig that one out. Oh, I say greasy. By the way, this kind of track underneath is floating. So as this goes up and down, that's floating, probably to help with vibration reduction, wear reduction. So that's probably supposed to be on a layer of grease. But I was expecting a huge amount more. I mean, there's lots of grease on the sides here. You'd think there'd be loads in there, but don't know. I guess you can't have too much, otherwise it would squirt out the end. But there's quite a lot of engineering in that to make it run for several years, for sure. Right, there we go, look. So there's the other bit of the collar. That's snapped. That would have been around there. So that's your collar. It's like almost like a dual bearing. That spins. Nice free movement, and that sits inside like that, and then as this is going around like so, that is going up and down, which actually is quite a lot of change of force when you think about it, but I guess it was designed for that. But yeah, so as that spins around, it kind of goes up and down like that. So this is going left to right a lot. You know, this is spinning left to right huge amount of times, and as it does that, it's going up and down. So there's a lot of stress on there. This is all a big stress item. I can't imagine how hot that gets, because you know this is spinning. This is spinning inside, going up and down, and that's obviously around there a lot. So yeah, a lot of work going on in this machine, but that's how it works. And I suspect what happened is that possibly broke, and then may have taken this out, and then as that went down there and got jammed, it all probably got a bit messy, hence the horrific noise. So it can't be fixed, but at least we know what's happening inside. So there we go. Thanks for watching, guys. Till the next teardown. I've got a bit of grease to clear up. Bye for now.